And if they say they're fine, ask them again. And one of the things when it comes to mental health education as well is making sure you get to them young. There's a fabulous program in Middlesbrough. I don't know if you've heard about this, called HeadStart. Absolutely brilliant program, this. And it helps school pupils and college students and staff at educational facilities as well when it comes to understanding about mental well-being and supporting others. Our reporter Ian Wood went to Rosewood Primary School in Colby Newham to see how HeadStart Middlesbrough works.
Hello, HeadStarters!
Hello, Ian!
Andy Appleyard, and I'm the HeadStart Programme Officer. HeadStart is the label that we give CAMS Transformation. We look at supporting children and young people's mental health right across the town. The most exciting part I find is the work that we do in schools. That is all about training up children and young people to become emotional, mental health and wellbeing champions in their schools. Children's mental health has always been an issue, but I think it's just dealt with in a much, much different way with what goes on in today's world.
And what are the basic ways that you go about helping the youngsters?
It's split up into 3 sections. So the children are identified in lots of different ways. We have our Bronze Award, Silver Award, Gold Award. The children come and do a bronze first, so that's where we introduce terms like resilience, stress. We look at how friendships can affect mental health, the ups and downs of life. Imagine life being a roller coaster with lots of ups and downs, maybe some loop-de-loops. That builds the base knowledge. We progress to Silver, where the kids can get involved in a community project. They could become trained peer mentors where they actually help other students in their schools, or become a community reporter and actually do a project around a mental health issue. When we get to Gold, the Head Starters pass all their knowledge, become the champions and mentor a new group coming through. What we found is that the children that have come through the training are showing much, much increased signs of resilience. The attendance in schools is increased, behaviour has reduced, and I think getting an accredited certificate at the end of it is a massive bonus as well.
I think for now that's enough for us gassing away, so maybe forget a chat to some of you. So do you want to just give me a name?
Zoe.
And how old are you, Zoe?
10.
Tell me a little bit about what you've been doing with Head Start.
We've been doing about friendships, and that has encouraged me to talk to more people about my feelings.
Was that a problem before, or is it just something you think might help you in the future?
Sometimes I didn't really get on very well at school, and I didn't enjoy coming to school, but now I've got a lot of friends just when I'm not in the best mood.
Thank you very much, Zoe. Okay, what's your name?
Kai.
How old are you?
I'm 10. So I've been doing about our friendships and how if you're annoyed, like you can just go to your friends and talk about it, or to an adult, and that's really helped me, because before that I always used to just like rage, and Head Start has helped me ease it down a little bit.
I suppose you couldn't really have known how good and valuable a friendship could be.
No, I didn't. I only really found that out from Head Starters when they encouraged me to talk to my friends more.
My name's Jack. I didn't really like coming to school before I joined Head Start because I didn't get along with a lot of people.
Carry on.
And Head Start has helped me find a lot of friends around this year group, and it's really helped.
And it's helped you to carry on talking when someone's nudging you in the back to say, pack it in. We'll have one more. Hello, what's your name?
Christina.
How old are you, Christina?
10. I never used to really get along with people, and I used to be quite shy, but now it's helped me open up a lot.
Well, thank you very much, Christina.
Mr. Cowley.
Mr. Cowley, how long has Head Start been going on?
We've been engaged with the organisation for several years, but the Head Starters with the children has just been over the last year. And it's given children the skills that they need to be able to manage mental health, both their own and each other's, to give them the skills to be able to talk openly about it, to be aware, and just strategies to deal with it and support.
And when we come up to the gold level of attainment, it must be very satisfying for you as a head teacher to know that some youngsters are really, in a practical way, helping other youngsters to get through their own particular problems, because there's nothing like peer support, is there?
No, absolutely. I mean, it's just been interesting hearing the children's comments right now, feeding back to you on how it's already helping them. Was teasing Jack about his comments, but it's really lovely to hear that they've already seen an improvement in their own mental health through it. But I'm interested to see how they're supporting others as well. It'll be the whole school that gets the benefit. Being open about mental health, giving children the opportunity to talk about it, not being afraid to address it, creating an environment in the school where we've got really good, strong relationships between adults and children so that everyone feels safe and secure and can find somebody, be it a peer, be it an adult, anybody, to talk about how they're feeling if they're having a bad day.
Thank you very much, Mr. Cowley. Andy, if we can conclude with you, you've had funding from a number of different sources over the years, from local health bodies, from the lottery. How are things in terms of your funding into the immediate future?
Well, HeadStart's due to end in its current guise at the end of this academic year, but part of the plan is to make HeadStart sustainable, which is where the Gold Award comes in, because, ultimately they could then train the next year's set of children.
In a sense, the clock is ticking for you to get that sustainable level of mentors. You need to get them in place.
Absolutely, yeah. The Head Starters is just one aspect of Head Start. All the schools are expected to complete a quality standard, and then that's audited in bronze, silver, gold level. And then the schools can withdraw a sustainable grant, which they can put towards something in school where it improves the mental health and well-being of the school community.
But just to conclude, and it might seem a silly question, but just how important is the work that you do?
I think it's very important for me. I can see going around the schools the difference that it's made. I think if you go around and ask the umpteen head teachers that we work with, they'll all be in agreement that they've seen a massive, massive difference with the work that's been done.
That's Andy Appleyard there, Head Start Programme Officer, talking to our reporter Ian Wood. It's such a great programme, helping especially the youngsters to really understand how they can help and what might be happening to them as well. I absolutely love this. And thanks again to the kids and staff at Rosewood Primary School in Colby Newham for having us along. It is 20 to 10.